Hello and welcome to Petrosys webinars. My name is Alkesta Belknap and I'm a support geoscientist and support coordinator in the Petrosys Houston office. Today's webinar is the fourth webinar in the map template series. If you haven't watched the previous webinars, the recordings of them can be found on petrosys.com.au under support and webinars. Today's webinar will be focusing on printing and plotting, but more specifically on page setup and scaling options under map templates. The page setup and scaling option can be found in Petrosys mapping under map templates, page setup and scaling. This option is also accessible by double-clicking the map template layer in the display list and navigating to the page setup and scaling tab. Page setup and scaling allows users to configure output types such as screen captures or hard copies. It also allows users to scale annotations automatically. If the paper size or scale is not really of interest, for example, if you're going to a PowerPoint presentation or exporting to a raster image, screen page size mode is the best option. This mode uses a nominal paper size of 1 meter, but is adjusted to give a rounded scale value. For specifying a fixed scale, the fixed scale page size mode is the option to use. This mode allows users to specify the scale by manually keying it in. The page size mode, fixed page size, allows users to pick from a pre-built or predefined page size list, such as A4, B9, etc. So there's already a pre-populated list there that you can pick from. And there are also some scale rounding options that allow the user to select exact, where the scale derived from a paper size and extent will be used, or rounded, where the exact scale will be rounded to the value that a user would typically choose. The last page size mode, fixed page size and scale, allows users to specify a page size and scale. The scale can be selected from a predefined list of values, and the page size, again, can also be selected from a predefined list of values or select a custom size. There is also a best match feature that determines the best paper size match for the map extent, selected scale, and paper orientation. At the bottom section of the page size and scaling window, there are two options for scaling. Relative scales margins and text sizes relative to the actual paper size, whereas None sizes margins and text as specified. This option should be used with caution. Next, we'll step into the software and I'll demo this functionality. So I already have a Petrosys map already open here, and I've got some seismic, wells, and GIS data displayed. I'm also using a style that I've created and also an extent that I've saved. If you're unsure on how to create and save a style or extent, watch our previous webinars in this map template series. We'll walk you through on how to create styles and extents. But again, for this webinar, we'll focus on page setup and scaling, which can be found under map template, page setup and scaling, or by double-clicking map templates and then going to the page setup and scaling tab. Right now, as a default, I have my page size mode set to screen. So again, this was the first option I mentioned during the PowerPoint. And this option is really good if you're going directly to a PowerPoint presentation or if you are exporting out to a raster image. So just really quick, if you have PowerPoint open, which I do, and I'm going to set this aside, and I'm just going to hit this quick PowerPoint export icon here and go back to my PowerPoint, and I've quickly gotten my map into my PowerPoint presentation, which now I can go and show off to my management team. So again, that screen option is just really good if you're going to a PowerPoint presentation or exporting out to a raster image. If you want to set your scale, fixed scale mode is the best option to use. You can key in here a specific scale. So I've got 500,000 here, if I want to do 600,000. Also keep an eye on the bottom section here. Petrosys shows you, if you were to print this map out, how big this map would be. So in this case of a 600,000 scale, 1 to 600,000, my map would be printed out to roughly 55 inches by 35 inches. So that's the fixed page size, and you can change this and type in more specific numbers if you want, or round up. But for now, I'll just leave it again to 500,000. The next option is fixed page size. This option allows users to pick from a list of predefined page sizes. So we've got all the way from A4 to tabloid. There's also a custom option. So this is where you can key in your width and your height. You can also pick whether your orientation is going to be a portrait or a landscape. So that's the fixed page size mode. There's also the scale rounding. So for this specific page, this is an appropriate scale. And either you can choose the rounded option, which rounds your scale, or exact, which shows you the exact scale for this specific page size. The last option is fixed page size and scale. This option allows you to pick from a list of predefined scale sizes. So I can pick a specific scale here, and then also a page size, again from the predefined list. There's also a best match feature, and what this does is the software is trying to help you out and tell you what specific page size is best for the scale that you've picked. So in this example, I have a scale of 550,000 and the best page size is this custom one. So if I were to select that, that's actually a button there. So if I click that, the window updates to those specific sizes. The last thing I want to show you in regards to page setup and scaling is this option, page size scaling. This option is available for fixed scale, fixed page size, and fixed page size and scale. If you're selecting relative, what this means is the style sizes such as your margins, your text height, all of that will be scaled relative to that page size. If you select none, this will be your style sizes will be honored to whatever you specified when you were setting up these layers. So I'll kind of just show you right now I'll set it to relative so you can see what this actually looks like. Looks all right. And if I switch this to none, so notice that all of my text heights and my elements here stay the same. If I switch my page size scaling to none and select OK, things kind of move around on me, and I don't want that to happen if I'm switching up the page size. So we can go back to that relative. And my elements and annotations stay relative to my page size and scale. I want to thank you for your attention. If you have any questions at all, please email us at support@petrosys.com.au. And also don't forget to check out the Client Portal Learn section where you can download how-to PDFs on specific functionality. Thank you.